Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're taking a look at the second film in the Chronicles of Riddick. And this movie is also called The Chronicles of Riddick, which is a little odd title for a movie for a single movie to be called The Chronicles. But that's just me. This is how I feel about it. But apparently, the name The Chronicles of Riddick for this trilogy came up much later, and this one was actually called The Chronicles of Riddick. I should have just called it something else, and that's just me. Anyway, science fiction action movie just like Pitch Black, and this one is set 5 years after the events of Pitch Black, but it came out 4 years after. It came out in 2004. Pitch Black was 2000. You've got Vin Diesel as Richard B. Riddick. Is he ever called Richard B. Riddick? I don't know. Colin Feore, Keith David, Alexa Davalos, who plays Jack, and she's called Kira now. Carl Urban, a very young-looking Carl Urban, by the way. Andy Newton, Dame Judi Dench, Linus Roach, Peter Williams, and Christina Cox. And you also have a very blink if you miss him appearance by Christopher Heidel. If you know, if you're a Stargate fan, you would know who he is. And you also have a small, tiny appearance as well, a small role played by Peter Williams. Again, if you're a Stargate fan, you would know who he is. He is Apophis. Anyway, so 5 years have gone by since the end of Pitch Black. Both the Imam as well as Jack are safe. He left them safely on New Mecca, which is on the planet. What is the name of the planet? Helion Prime. And Riddick has been hiding off from bounty hunters and mercenaries, and he's kind of kept to himself, so his beard has grown and his hair has grown long. At the beginning of the movie, you see some mercenaries going to hunt for him. He kills them all except for the leader, whose name is Tombs, and he steals the planet, and he heads off to New Mecca to go and meet Imam. When he meets the Imam, it's actually funny, he's not known as an Imam, he is known as Imam, which is kind of odd. But anyway, he goes there. He finds out that the bounty on his head is actually originating from planet Helion. So he goes and meets the Imam, and he tells him that Riddick is supposed to be a Furian, who is a race of warriors who were supposed to be long dead, but he could be the only one that's remaining. And he wants to know if he remembers anything about his homeworld and all those things like that. Funny, I thought these guys were actually humans. And he says there is this race of supernatural beings or some kind of interdimensional beings called the, what are they called? Necromongers, who are coming in, and they want to bring about the entry into something known as the Underverse. Don't really know too much about that other than what's explained. Arion, who is played by Dame Judi Dench, she is supposed to be an air elemental, so there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say really supernatural, she's just some kind of an advanced race. She tells them that these necromongers are religious fanatics who have their own kind of religion, and they're looking to convert all humans into their way of thinking, and they will kill anybody who refuses. So they're hoping that Riddick can actually help them. So you do see them coming and taking hold of the capital very quickly, just like this. They're headed by the high priest known as the Purifier. He's the one who tries to convince people into converting. You have Vaco, who is played by Carl Urban as one of the lead warriors. And the Lord Marshal is played by... And here's the funny part. I don't actually see Colin Feore as a kind of like a tough figure. I mean, he plays people of authority, but he isn't kind of like big built. Colin Feore is a fantastic Shakespearean actor, by the way, who's also been in some other movies that I've seen him in. More of a character actor, but he plays this role pretty as an intimidating character. I mean, he did a great job. I'm sure the suit that he was wearing helps, but at the same time, he pulled it off pretty well. But none of the other roles that I've seen him in, at least where you can actually see his face, does he come off as like that. Anyway, So the Lord Marshal is supposed to be some kind of he's got this. He's partly in this dimension, is partly from the other dimension, something like that. I'm on my way. So it's just my mom calling me for something. Um, they decide they want to capture him and kill him, but he is caught by tombs and put into this subterranean prison on another planet, or rather a moon, I guess. And there he finds Jack, who is now grown up a little bit, looking absolutely beautiful as Alexa Davalos is, and she's upset at him because he left her, and she had to kind of fend for herself. So she became a thief. She got into the wrong crowd, but yeah, so she is in prison. With the help of a couple of the others, they do escape, and they make their way back, and they do fight off the purifier and the other soldiers, Vaco and stuff. And there's a bit of a scene where you actually find out why Riddick is really special, because he is able to. This planet, the prison planet, has got a very harsh sun. So if it's in the night time, it's actually fine. But when the sun does hit you, your skin burns, and skin and flesh burns, and you are killed immediately. There are several prisoners who escape. They actually show them to be killed, but here's the part. Riddick doesn't happen to Riddick also. So the purifier, who seems to have some good intentions on seeing this, he tells him, what was that? I'm actually trying to find out. That if he stays away from the necromongers, so the purifier actually tries to help Riddick, and he says that the Lord Marshal will promise not to hunt him, and he tells him that he is also a Furian from the same race that, or the same planet that they are supposed to be from, and he tells him to kill the Lord Marshal before he conquers everybody over here, and he goes and commits suicides. Why? I don't know. But that scene was actually kind of like pretty awesome to watch. Him going out, removing his armor, and just going out into the sun, and getting burned mostly, and then but still getting up and walking. Finally, he's just ash. So Vaco is, the Lord Marshal thinks that Vaco killed Riddick, and therefore promotes him to the highest rank because the purifier is no longer there. Riddick infiltrates the camp, and they start fighting, and he manages to kill the Lord Marshal with a little help from Kira, who pretends initially to be converted, but then she goes and helps him. She is killed. She dies in his arms, and basically now that he's killed the Lord Marshal, the Necromongers now kind of see him as their new leader, so they all kneel in front of him, accepting him as the new boss. So that's basically the movie. I do like a lot of the things about it. The alien planet. The planets do look kind of alien. Even the ships, they're pretty awesome to look at. There's this creature that's like a tiger or some kind of a wild cat, wild alien cat. That's pretty badly done CGI. You can actually make out quite a bit, but they still do look a little ferocious. A little bit of bad acting here and there, wrong choices. But overall, I kind of like this film. Now that I've watched it, second time trying to watch it, and I made myself go through the entire thing. I do like it. I know it's a flop. I don't like it. It's still going to be my least favorite of the three movies, because I do like the first one is my favorite. The second one is pretty good as well. Sorry, the third one is pretty good as well. This one is still my least favorite. It's a kind of like a mess throughout, and they could have done a lot more. And this film would have been keep it simple, and I think this movie would have made a lot more sense. People would have been able to enjoy it and appreciate it a lot more, because I think it deserves it. And you could have had a bigger success. But yes, they did manage to make a third movie to round out the trilogy, and I believe they're planning to make a fourth one in the series before Vin Diesel gets too old. But I cannot give this movie too much points. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Grudgingly coming up to the 7 mark. yeah, 7. I guess I give it a 7 because I do see myself rewatching this movie, especially as part of the trilogy. So yeah, 7 out of, excuse me, 7 out of 10 for me. Take care, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.